Hello friends, today's topic in Architect Interview Question Series from Knowledge Powerhouses. What do you know about Memcached? So Memcached is a caching technique and it's a caching server that we use in software architecture to make things faster. So let's understand what do we mean by Memcached, how we can use it, or what are the different properties there when we use Memcached. Well, Memcached is a caching system, and caching is where we can provide some data that is being accessed frequently in a much faster manner, right? So it's a high performance distributed system, in that Memcached can work, and it can reduce the load on your backend database. So normally what we do is we have an application and we have a backend database. So application, whenever it needs some data, it goes to database. But database, is a limited resource. You're using database to store the data as well as for reading the data, right? But sometimes what happens is that applications are read heavy. We are reading more than writing. In such a case, it's better to implement some caching mechanism like Memcached, so that you can make your reads faster and independent of the database. Let's understand this by this diagram. Here, if you see, there are users who are requesting, and there can be multiple types of requests: the read request or write request, and then request goes to application. From application, if it's a frequently accessed data, then we transfer these requests to Memcached, right? And Memcached can periodically or based on its algorithm read data from backend database and keep updating its cache. And for frequently accessed data, which is accessed multiple times, it can keep serving that data from the cache itself. Whereas if there is some less frequently accessed data or non-indexed data, that can be read by application directly from the database. So, I mean, if you have like a read heavy application, let's say product search is happening, so you are creating products maybe in your database. So hardly, like if you have 100 products, you create it 100 times. But your customers, if they have million customers, they are searching those 100 products like million times, right? So in such a case, all million requests can get data access from Memcached, whereas the storage requests for those 100 can go to just the backend database. That's how we can improve the performance of overall system. So Memcached can be considered as a fast access short-term memory solution for an application. Fast access, as I mentioned, because data is there and they are ready to provide it much faster than the database. So it's a fast access. And short term means like the data in Memcached doesn't remain for like years. It only remains for a specific period of time, and after that it can be expired. Let's understand how it works. So internally in Memcached, we use the algorithm of least recently used cache. In least recently used cache, what happens is that we keep track of when was this item used. So now if an item is getting used recently, it means somebody else will also use it again. So we keep that item in the cache. But if some item has not been used for quite a while, then it's good to take it out from the cache and replace it with some other item, right? So that way you have, because cache is also a limited resource, so you need to maintain that kind of a mechanism so that items which are least recently used, they can get expired and make way for the items which are more recently used, right, for latest things. Think of it like, your latest fashion shirts or clothes, you keep it in the closet in the front, whereas the old fashioned ones you keep putting it behind, like, right? That's how the cache thing works. LRU. Then we have like Memcached performance, and from performance perspective, it aims to perform at order of one scale, which is like a constant order kind of a scale, and they target to run queries in less than 1 millisecond. That is the level of performance it gives. Less than 1 millisecond is very good to handle like millions of users in a second. And there are high-end Memcached servers that can serve even millions of keys per second. So same as like 1 millisecond, you can have distribute and create a much higher server load also. And memcached servers are disconnected from each other. You can have a cluster of memcached servers, so they can be disconnected, and there's no overhead of data synchronization, broadcasting, crosstalk, or replication. Like, you can store separate data in separate servers. There's no need to maintain all that, so overheads are very less. So in such a scenario, we get very high throughput for the read operations. And as you understand, it's a like mainly for the read requests. Then it can provide much faster response time and with the very less overhead. So how we store the data in memcached? What we do is that we store data in memcached like a key value pair. It's like a hash map kind of a thing. So if you see first name like values bugs, last name bunny, location earth, so you just have key value pairs, and then when you are requesting for data, you have to provide the key and you will get the value. So the only thing that the server expects is that we have to store the data in pre-serialized form. So that is the way we should store the data. Otherwise, we can store any type of JSON, any type of data, and get the value out of it. And when we store data items in a memcached, then we have to have few things, which is like first is key. So key is the one by which you will be access it later on. Second is the raw data, the data that you're actually going to store. Then we have expiration time, which maintains the least recently used cache, so that memcached know when to evict that item from the cache. And then there are some optional flags. So all this metadata regarding the data item helps to memcached to support such a fast access and store the data. The implementation logic of memcached is distributed in client as well as server. So we have a client side and the server side in memcached. And in general, like the clients of memcached, let's say those who are accessing the data, they know which server they should go for reading the data. So if we have two servers of memcached, one is storing the data from A to M, another is storing from N to Z. So in that scenario, the client knows to which server they should go for fetching the data, right? And servers, they just manage the logic of storing and evicting data from the cache. So servers do not transfer requests from one server to another server. They just need to know, I mean, you provide them a key and they will be giving you the data back, right? And behind the scene, the only overhead they do is that they keep on evicting the data or storing the data or maintaining that cache. So this keeps the server logic as much lean. All right, that's all on memcached, and I hope this will help you in answer software architecture questions or system design questions in your interview. And even in your day-to-day life, you can use memcached, propose to use it in your software architecture. That will help to improve the performance and overall throughput of your system. If you still have any questions, do post in the comments section and we'll be happy to answer for you. Thank you, and subscribe to the channel so that you can keep getting the latest updates.